What's up, losers? Today I've decided to switch things up a little and make another r/am I the arsehole video, reading some posts that I found funny or interesting from the Am I the Arsehole subreddit, and delivering my verdicts on who the real arseholes are in them. I've been meaning to make this into a proper series for a while, but it's hard to find the time between the Fat Logic and Nice Guys videos. Still, this is now my third one of these. So, that's not nothing, I guess. I'm excited to see what spicy drama awaits me in these posts. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first post is by user Pretty C9828, and it is titled, Am I the Arsehole for getting mad at my boyfriend for dipping his man parts on my coffee? Sirrah, we're off to quite a start here, aren't we? Let's get right into it.
A little bit of backstory. My boyfriend, 24 male, and I 23 female, have been together for about a year and a half now. He has ADHD and selective OCD. I love him, and I have been trying to understand how ADHD works and all that. He is very hyperactive for a good amount of the day, which I'm not. I am a calm person. So it was a big change when we moved in together about a year ago. He has a dark sense of humor, and he is actually pretty funny. He is obsessed with my private body parts. I understand that he is a guy, and he likes female parts, but I have never seen something like this before, and he doesn't like that I'm not as obsessed with his body parts as he is with mine. Now, this morning I woke up about an hour and a half before he did, so I made myself coffee and just relaxed. When he woke up, I went to our room, and he was being hyperactive. Like every other morning, my coffee was in the side table, and when he got up to get his clothes, I asked him if he could hand me the coffee. He did, but before he did, he dipped the tip of his masculine member on my coffee. I was upset, and disgusted. I told him that what he did was gross, and that I didn't want to drink the coffee anymore. He then got upset, because he would have drank the coffee if I did the same thing to his coffee. I kept saying how gross it was, but he just got more and more upset. So I decided to just drop the subject and pretend I was going to drink it. As soon as he left, I dumped the coffee without taking a sip of it. Am I the asshole for being upset for what he did and not being obsessed with his private body parts? Edit 1. Thank you so much for your comments. I know I should have fought it more, but I'm exhausted of fighting it, because at the end of the day, it's always my fault. 2. I have been thinking for a while about leaving, but for personal reasons, I can't, sadly. For now I'm trapped here, lol. 3. The coffee was not hot. It had been about 25 minutes since I made it. I like enjoying my coffee and drinking it slowly. 4. I also want to thank you all, because some of your comments have made me laugh a lot, and I really need it. Hope you have a great day.
Jesus Christ, what did I just read? I'll never understand what could possibly go through someone's mind to compel them to place the duck in coffee, let alone someone else's coffee. It's just so strange and gross. Not just gross as far as the coffee goes, but like, what about the duck itself? I can't speak for anyone else, but I wouldn't want coffee anywhere near my duck. Those are two things that just don't go together at all. Yikes. At least the coffee wasn't hot, I guess. So no gulps, burns, but it's bad enough as is. Genuinely confounding behavior. Onto the question of who the arsehole is in this situation. Yeah, there's not much doubt here. Is there? It's got to be the guy. For one thing, you can't just go around messing with people's food and drinks in general. It'd be uncool even to put an extra teaspoon of sugar in the coffee if the other person didn't want it. But when we're talking about body parts and possibly bodily fluids, that's on another level of not okay. If someone hasn't agreed to have your duck in their coffee, your duck should not be anywhere near their coffee. That's just basic courtesy and respect. Whether he would have appreciated her doing something similar to him is completely 100% irrelevant, and his attempt to shift the blame onto her by bringing it up is really manipulative. Not cool. Not cool at all. I don't know much about ADHD, so I won't comment too much on the acceptability of it as an excuse for this guy's behavior. But I will say that I'm highly skeptical of the idea that this is somehow normal for someone with ADHD. But if anyone watching has ADHD, or knows someone with ADHD, feel free to educate me on the subject down in the comments. The next post is by user Throwaway Singing 21, and it is titled, "Am I the asshole for not letting my daughter, 11 female, sing at home, because it isn't very pleasant to listen to? Ha, I wonder why they don't want this post associated with their main account. I guess we're about to find out, haha."
To keep it short, I have 2 daughters, Sarah, 11 female, and Nora, 16 female, and I love them so much. Sarah likes to sing sometimes, like randomly in the living room, or just anywhere we are. I honestly have no problem if she does it in her room. But she does it when we are with her too. Her singing is not good. She is not going to be an artist, so it doesn't matter much. She just does it for fun. But her singing is just not good. It hurts so much to say this, as a mother, but her singing is just annoying and noisy. I love that she has fun singing while doing stuff, but it's not very fun for us. I tell her sometimes to stop it, or at least lower her voice, but she does it again hours later anyway. She started singing, "Jackson, I Want You Back," yesterday, and I couldn't stand it anymore, so I told her to stop singing. She refused, so I warned her that she was going to be grounded, and we kept staring at each other for a while. Then she went mad to her room. My husband doesn't know what to say or do about this, and Nora agrees that her singing is annoying. She is now very upset, and I'm rethinking this. Am I the asshole? Edit. She's not passionate about singing. You misunderstood. She just does it for fun. She told me again and again that she is in no way going to be an artist. She just randomly starts singing songs to pass time as she does stuff, or when she remembers them, like the pop songs. She doesn't want singing lessons or anything like this, because she is just not interested, and it's overkill. Edit 2. I don't think the problem is exactly with her singing. She just has a unique voice when she sings. It isn't easy to change, and can be even impossible. You could potentially ground her for not listening, or following the rules, or disrespecting your say, but telling her you're grounding her over singing is ridiculous, and she will not understand it. That's what I did though. I warned her that she was going to be grounded. After she didn't listen to me and kept ignoring me, I wasn't going to ground her for singing. It's more about following the rules, and our wishes to not listen to her. I would have done the same if it was about something else and she didn't listen to me.
Haha, what? Who is this mother? Simon Cowell. She's 11 years old and she's having fun. What more do you want? To give a more thoughtful response, I do recognize that there has to be limits to these things. That everyone should be entitled to a little quiet time now and then. And that parents are not necessarily wrong to require a certain level of cooperation from their children. In spite of this, what makes the post look bad is that the question of whether Sarah is actually good at singing doesn't need to enter into the equation. Like, even if she was the next Ariana Grande or something, there would still be times when it was inappropriate to sing in the company of others. Because not every occasion calls for a song. Unless you're in High School Musical, haha. But by talking so much about how bad Sarah's singing is, the mother is, implicitly, sending the message that singing is only for people with talent. Which I don't accept. Singing can be a lot of fun, regardless of one's ability. And I don't think that we should tell children to stop doing the things that give them joy, just because they aren't good at them. Fun is a precious commodity, and one that becomes much scarcer as we age. So I tend to think that, wherever possible, we should err on the side of letting kids be kids and preserving the magic of childhood, rather than delivering the crushing reality of adulthood any earlier than we have to. So, in summary, while I understand where the mother is coming from in wanting the singing to stop, I don't think she's going about it the right way by putting her 11-year-old daughter down over her lack of vocal talent. The mother is the asshole. But it's not that egregious, all things considered. Moving on. The last post I'm going to look at today is by user Mappen3rd, and it is titled, "Am I the asshole for not wanting to pay for the damages after a scare prank?" Let's check it out.
About 3 months ago, I had a home invasion. It was scary. I have had trouble sleeping since then. Unrelated to that, my boyfriend's family is a fan of pranks. I've already told them all that I don't like it directed towards me. Anyway, my boyfriend and I were visiting his family and having a barbecue. Drinking some beers outside, I went inside to use the bathroom. And when I was heading back out, I saw a man in a ski mask hiding at the end of a dark hallway, mostly hidden by a door. I fled for the closest doors out. This pair of stained glass double doors. I tried the handle, and it didn't open, even when I pulled really hard. So, in a panic, I grabbed a heavy-looking end table, broke the glass, and ran outside, screaming, "Call 911." My boyfriend's dad ran out of the house holding the mask. I was immediately pissed. I yelled at him for scaring me. He was upset with me about the glass. And I just broke down and cried about how I was scared as shit. This was another real home intruder situation, since that had recently happened to me. His mom was getting at me, asking why I had to break the glass. And I said I was scared, and the door wouldn't open. She said it was a sliding door, which made sense. I was pulling on it, but I'd forgotten that in my panic. Anyway, his dad apologized for scaring me, and said he had been waiting for one of his sons or wife to play a joke on them. And when he saw me, he just hung back quickly, not trying to do the prank, which was apparently going to be leaping out at someone. But I still saw him standing in the shadows, which I freaked out at. I said that of course I was freaked out by a man in a ski mask hiding in the house, especially when I was alone and drunk. But anyway, after a few days, my boyfriend told me that his mom wants us to cover the cost of the stained glass doors I broke, which is $3,500. But my boyfriend doesn't have that kind of savings, and his parents know it, so that would mean it's all on me. And I honestly don't think I should owe them for that. Like honestly, if you try to scare someone sheetless, it's on you if they break something when they panic. I want to tell them that it's a total joke they're even asking me for the money. But my boyfriend actually thinks we should pay. He says I knew it was a sliding door. Plus I didn't have to break it. I told him that even though I'd used it a while ago. That's not the thing you remember. Especially when you only have a minute to act. And honestly, he should be proud he's got a girl with a common sense to think on her feet and act fast. If it was a real break-in, I'd have saved my own ass. And also alerted everyone else sooner than anything. He said the door was really expensive. And I said I didn't give a frick. If I had to light $1 million aflame to save my own ass, I would. There's no price on that kind of thing. Am I the asshole for not wanting to pay for the door? Edit Dad. I sent an email to my boyfriend's parents. Here's what it said. They haven't replied yet, and I'm not sure if they will, to be honest. Hey, about paying for the door. It isn't appropriate you were angry with me for breaking a door. When boyfriend's father's actions made me fear for my life. And I'd only broke it to save my life. I didn't break it to be vindictive. I broke it because he put the fear of death into me. I can't conceive of how you all don't understand that creeping around a dark hallway in a ski mask with your hands out of you could be seen as a threat to my life and something completely inappropriate to do. But I'll still try and explain. That is the behavior or a home intruder, a stalker, a person who may wish me harm. I had a man stalk me for a year and recently break into my apartment when I was sleeping. He behaved similarly to boyfriend's father, quietly sneaking through my home. I was, luckily, able to subdue him until the police arrived. He is in prison now, but that experience caused me to get a pistol for home defense and train on how to use it. That is the level of seriousness I take a home invasion. It isn't a joke, and it isn't silly or funny. It is life-threatening, and that little joke made me believe wholeheartedly that I was going to die if I didn't fight or escape by any means necessary. If you are angry about a door, I ask you to reflect on why you value a door. over the life of your son's girlfriend, because expecting me to avoid property damage when running for my life, or trying to blame me for it after the fact, that communicates to me that my life has less value to you than $3,500. And that is something I will never accept. I did what I needed to protect myself, and I would do it again, regardless of the cost. And if you don't respect that, and don't take full financial responsibility for the consequences of boyfriend's father's joke, you have to understand that you are telling me my life and safety is worth less to you than a door. I'm frankly disgusted that you would even ask me for money after that, rather than trying to make amends.
Okay, so, parts of this post strain credulity just a little bit. In my opinion, at least, but I am willing to take the poster at her word. Because I'd like to think that someone wouldn't make up a story of a home invasion, or alter its details to make themselves sound cool. Plus, I have no way of knowing either way, so I might as well assume that it's all true and has been accurately represented. And if that's the case, yeah, this family is pretty nuts. Not gonna lie, I don't usually see the value of pranks, even under the best of circumstances, because they're almost inevitably mean-spirited, and not enjoyable for the person getting pranked. But this is on another level, like putting on a ski mask and faking a home invasion. How is that funny? I'm genuinely at a loss as to how someone could consider that humorous. It's just sadistic. Asking her to pay for the broken door, which was entirely a product of their own irresponsible behavior, is just the cherry on top, really. Pointing out that she could have opened the door by sliding it, as a way of shifting the blame onto her, is a complete joke in my book, because they could have just not done their whole stupid prank in the first place. And unlike her mistake, theirs was a premeditated, calculated decision. So what's their excuse? The added element of OP's prior experience of a home invasion just makes this whole scenario that much worse. Because if nothing else, the knowledge that their sick joke reopened old wounds should have been enough to make them take a little responsibility and show a little contrition. The boyfriend is especially disappointing in this regard. If ever there were a situation to stick up for your partner over your family, this is it, yet with full knowledge of what has transpired, and OP's home invasion experience. This guy is telling her to fork over thousands of dollars to the people who instigated the whole thing. Yeah, that's some BS. I don't say this lightly, but you can't have that from your significant other. Where is the support? Where is the loyalty? Where is the compassion? Sighs. Throw the whole man out. That's it. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed reading these crazy posts with me and hearing me try to make some sense of them. What do you think? Is it okay to dip your private parts in someone's coffee without their permission? Should parents critique the young children's recreational singing like they're a judge on the X Factor? Are home invasion pranks funny? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you think of these Am I the Arsehole videos in general. Do you like them, and want to see more of them? Or are there any other subreddits you'd like me to check out? I would love to hear your feedback or suggestions. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'll invade your house wearing a ski mask, and touch each individual food item in your kitchen, with my duck, singing horribly all the while. Just kidding, haha. Anyway, catch you later.